Hey guys, it's Jessica. Today it's October favorites time. Don't make fun of me the fact that 2 months ago in my favorites video, I was wearing this exact same hoodie. I just realized it when I sat down. Anker. It's really, really cozy. It's like a cropped one, so I will link it below. It's from Nordstrom, and to be quite frank, overpriced. And I think at this point you can find a leopard hoodie for way cheaper literally anywhere else. Okay, so I have some beauty favorites, some like lifestyle other favorites, some things on Amazon I've been loving. I also have a few products I wasn't loving. I don't always do like a best and worst for the month, but I need to get back into it because I always have products I didn't like in the month, and honestly I just forget about them because I didn't like them. But this time we're gonna mention them. All right. So I am caffeinated. We are doing this. Let's start with beauty. One of my favorites this month, and this kind of took me by surprise, was this Milani Luminoso blush. Now I'm sure you guys are like, why would that take you by surprise? Everyone talks about that. But I'd retried it in a like drugstore, like best at the drugstore video I just did. I can link above and below as well. This was the product that like all of you guys mentioned as Milani's most known for product. You know what I mean? That video was amazing. We did a full face of so many drugstore like holy grail products. But I hadn't owned this in a long time. A lot of you guys said it was reformulated. I think for the better, to be honest, because I remember trying this years ago and I really didn't love it. But this time I feel like it makes it look like you don't even need highlighter. It's just so glowy and gorgeous. Of course, today I'm still wearing highlighter. Kind of a light peach shade. It's just so gorgeous. So had to give this a shout out because I've been wearing it so much. So the next product is from Sheamoisture. It's their Shea Butter Vegan Lip Balm. Now, you may recall that I had previously bought this one, this orange one at Ulta, but it was really, really thick and kind of hard to get out of there, but I liked the actual product. This poor orange one got kicked right out of my vanity because this one is so much creamier. It is coconut oil, 100% virgin coconut oil, with obviously shea butter and a couple of other things, but it's so creamy. My lips feel so soft. It's way easier to squeeze out of it, and it smells like coconuts. It's just lovely, and so I haven't been able to stop using it, so I wanted to give it a mention. Next favorite is what I'm wearing on my lips. It's from Nabla. I tried a bunch of Nabla products recently in a video, and this one is their lip gloss in Champagne Supernova. And when I first looked at it, I thought, I will not like that. Like, it just, I like pinks and neutrals and peaches, and gold is not something I would ever reach for. But I tried it, and I have it on now, but I'll put more on. It's so glittery and wonderful, but it doesn't feel glittery. You don't feel any grit. Like, it just feels soft and smooth, and it wears off evenly. It's just lovely, and I think the packaging is so cool too. And I had tried a Revlon one. I think I mentioned this in that video too. I tried a Revlon one that is kind of similar, but this is like leaps and bounds better than this. It is a little bit more expensive, of course, but it's not like a $50 gloss like some glosses that are similar to this. So I love it. It's pretty on its own as I'm wearing it today. It's pretty over like lip colors because it is clear and it just adds that gorgeous glittery shine. Speaking of glittery shine, another favorite of mine this month is from ColourPop. It's this single shadow in Amaze. It has this beautiful glitter in it that the way I typically use this is not on its own, but I would take a look like what I'm wearing today. I'm not wearing it because I was, again, for the Tati Beauty video. I would take this and just tap it on top, and it just gives this beautiful wash of glitter without overtaking the look. And you don't end up with like fallout or anything because the glitter is like within that kind of creamy texture. I love ColourPop shadows for that. That's pretty much the only way I use them, but particularly this shade is so beautiful. Next favorite is from Nabla. It's their Brow Divine pencil, and I have it in the shade Neptune. Listen, I'm gonna mention this, but you guys know my favorite is still the LA Girl Shady Slim one. That is a third of the price of this one. However, I still wanted to give this love because I did enjoy it. It was still really good. I'm wearing it in my brows today, and I'll show you me applying it. It applies so easily. And the one thing I will say that gives this a leg up on the LA Girl one is that it stays in place a little bit longer. The LA Girl one, I almost always have to reapply towards the end of getting ready because I always apply it early on. That's just the way I do it. I can't not. But this one, I feel like I can apply once and it stays in place pretty darn well. I don't feel like I have to go back in. It's just so easy to work with. It blends easily. It looks decently natural in the eyebrows, and I had to give it a shout out because it really is good. A brush favorite this month, this is the Sephora Pro Diffuser number 64 brush. I love this for bronzer. So today I applied the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and it's just diffused enough to make it so that bronzer is easier to apply. Sometimes for me, I find that bronzer can look really, really patchy, even if it's a great bronzer, because of the brush that I'm using. So when I finally discovered this one, I feel like it diffuses the product enough, but it still can pack it on. It's still dense enough. So it's such a good combo of density and that kind of diffused duo fiber type brush that it does a great job. So I had to give it a shout out. But Sephora brushes often go on sale because I do have a lot of favorites. Just keep in mind they do go on sale. So let's talk about some beauty products I did not like this month. This first one I actually did enjoy, but I have a very big gripe with it that I wanted to mention. So I tried the House Laboratories, which is Lady Gaga's makeup line. It's sold only on Amazon. And I have two of her La Riot lip glosses. I have Venus and Blaze. They're beautiful, they're creamy. I've worn both of these a decent amount. They look great when you first apply them. They're a little bit stickier than I typically like, but again, they looked nice on the lips. However, these are still $17. So it's around the same price as the Nabla one. What is so weird about this is that the color wears off. It is so bizarre. I've never had a gloss, like literally within an hour, hour and a half, I'll look in the mirror and I'm like, oh, the gloss is still there exactly as I applied it, but the color is gone. And when I mentioned that, a lot of you guys had said you had the same experience. So I don't know what the deal is. Save your money. I would pass on those. Another unfavorite is this Revlon Insta Blush. I mentioned it in my drugstore cream products video where I ranked everything I've tried. And this one was just the driest. I think it was I'm pretty sure it was the lowest ranked. It was just weirdly dry. You couldn't get an even application of color. I don't know, man. It was a huge dud, so definitely pass on that. So moving into other favorites, I had to give these hoops a shout out. $10, pack of 3 on Amazon. And you guys, these, I replace hoops like once a year. I don't buy expensive hoops. That's just not who I am. And frankly, I would lose them. It's a pack of 3 pairs, silver, rose gold, and gold. I got the 70mm style. It was $9.99 for all 3. And these are exactly what I was wanting. My old ones were needing to get replaced. They were starting to get tarnished. And these are a little bit bigger, which I like. They have an even bigger size that's 100mm. And then I know they have 50 and 60mm, and they're actually like $1 or $2 cheaper. So you can get the size you want. You get 3 different colors. The hoops are a staple in my jewelry. Like I always own them and I wear them more than anything. So I was so excited to find like actual nice ones. Now, obviously this is not an expensive metal. They're eventually gonna tarnish, but I read, hi Pinocchio. He is naked. Hi buddy boy. Did you just go outside? Anyway, the reviews for these were crazy good. So that tells me I feel like they'll probably last me about a year as I would expect. But for $10 for 3, I'm like, flawless. I'm definitely working on some Amazon favorites videos in the next month. I've done a few I can link below because a lot of the products I'm mentioning are from Amazon. I like to do those every few months because I mean, a lot of us do buy a lot from Amazon and I found some really good products. So the next one I wanted to mention was this travel mirror. I want to say like $16 and I'd had an old travel mirror for the longest time, but it was smaller. It didn't stand upright. It was never at the right angle where I was like sitting to get ready like in a hotel or an Airbnb. So this one is a much bigger mirror and it's just nice quality. It's like a nice feeling, I'm sure faux leather. It looks like an iPad case, honestly, but you can do it at 3 different angles here. So there's like the 3 different things. So I loved that you had options. I love that the mirror was huge and it just feels so high quality. The brand was Modesse. Like I said, it was on Amazon. There are a few other ones on Amazon, but this one is definitely like the nicest feeling quality-wise. So I love it. I'm so excited to have this to travel with. Next favorite is my Apple Watch band. A lot of you guys have asked about it. I love this one. It's, again, these are cheap metals, so it's not gonna last forever, but I have my like band that it came with, and if I go on a run or something, I switch it back to this. So I'm constantly switching back and forth because I'm not gonna run with this band. But for every day, I chose this rose gold because it kind of just matches everything. It works with gold, it works with silver, and I just think it's so pretty. You can take out the links to fit it to your wrist properly. It's got this cute little like detail there with like little fake rhinestone things. I love it. So I think they had a gold and a silver version as well, so I'll link that. But it's so cute. I get so many questions and compliments on it, and I love it too. Oh, another worst product is also from Amazon, and I'll put a picture on the screen. It was this pink coffee warmer. I'd mentioned in the past that I really liked it. I did. It warmed the coffee really well. You set your coffee on it, and it would instantly turn on because of the weight that's on top of it. Instead of having to turn on a button and then I would forget to turn it off and then it'd be running all night and I'd smell like burning plastic. Well, I thought that was what was so great about it. However, that was to my own demise because I ended up setting a folder of papers on it. I know, it's scary. I didn't even realize I was just putting stuff onto my desk here and that was there. And when there's weight on top of it, it turns on automatically and it doesn't turn off until you lift that weight off. So twice I left a coffee mug on it and it was just on forever. And then that one time I left the folder on it and it burned and like melted into it. And I'm like, you know what? That's terrifying to me. So I thought I wanted one with no button because it'd be nice, but turns out the button is actually quite valuable. So I had to mention that because I feel bad that I recommended it in the past because I did like it, but then there were so many problems. So I know this was fast. I hope that you'll subscribe if you enjoy this style of video. I do 3 videos a week on beauty and lifestyle topics. I hope you'll also come say hi to me on social media. It's GMBeauty89 everywhere. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.